All right, so I'm with Mr. Sun here. Sun and I co-own this VinFast VF e34 for about a year now, right? I think it's about 14 months. And we put about, let's say 10,000 kilometers on this car. Mr. Sun recently took this car to VinFast Service Center and also updated the firmware to 6.0.0, right? So Mr. Sun's gonna share with us like his ownership experience and also any problems he's had, right? You're gonna get a lot of haters now because you're gonna say something's bad about VinFast, but there's also many good things we can talk about the VinFast VF e34 as well. So let's get to it.
Hey Tom, it's the one and only Floyd Money Mayweather. First I want to say congratulations on your YouTube channel. Everybody needs to follow your YouTube channel. So what everyone needs to do is subscribe to Tom Peng. Great guy, great person. Tom, keep up the great work.
We'll do the hardest part first. The speed test is the hardest. Is there any car behind us? No. Alright, excellent. We can do it.
This allowed.
Alright, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay.
Oh no, we cannot get to 100. Or can we? Oh yes, we did. So 8.36 seconds is the time for VinFast e34 running firmware version 6.0.0. That's the time it takes to get to 100 kilometers an hour. Oh wow. So it does take about 8 seconds. 8.3 seconds to get to 100 meters. Wow, the battery went up. Now it's 86%. It's not a slow car. 8 seconds is pretty respectable. You know, the VF5 is like 12 seconds. Yeah. So this is actually pretty adequate. Like you can go on highway, you can merge. It's not too slow. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we go further. I love this little car, man. And the surround video, I think, works the best out of all the VinFast. Yep. Oh, can we do U-turn here? Is there police? No police. Then we can do U-turn. So we're gonna do another run of the 0 to 100 km/h time for the VinFast VF34 e34 running firmware version 6.0.0. Ready?
Yes.
Set. Go! Ooh, there's some screeching. Tire screeching. 9.26. It's actually not as good as the last time. So somewhere around 8 and 9 seconds is the time to get to 100 kilometers an hour. Still better than the VF5. And all we care is about that number. Wanna do one more time?
It's okay.
Third time?
Yes.
All right.
And we can use the average one.
Well, there was a lot of tire screeching. There is a lot of tire screeching, so we probably did not get the best. Time to 100. Did you get any tickets yet?
No, not yet.
Did you get stopped by police yet? Not yet?
Not yet.
Lucky you. I get stopped by police all the time, man.
Maybe I drive slowly, so police not care.
You follow the rules.
Yes.
I follow the rules too, except sometimes I don't understand the rules. And the signs, sometimes I don't understand. It's like it's Vietnam. I did not study them. I did not study the signs.
Okay, so
But I'm slowly understanding what the signs are. Yeah. Oh, did I pass?
maybe so.
Oh boy. I passed it.
Oh,
So there's a toll station up there. But that's okay. There's a place we can turn around.
it's here. You can tell us, right?
Mm-mm.
Turns right. Is it?
We'll do the long way. Uh-oh.
We cannot go to highway
Yes, we can.
because we don't have
Yeah, I know. I know, but we're gonna turn back before we hit it. Seriously, this is a little fun car. I like it very much.
This is the first electric car.
First electric car made in Vietnam, right? And also my first electric car. But I just like the size and actually it's not slow for Vietnam, that is. For local roads, I think it's really good, adequate, and like there's no problem driving this thing on the highway. Like if you wanna like go merge or speed up and like pass people, you can. It's very agile, and you can like do this, right? And then you can do like that. That's why I get stopped by the police. I'm already doing like 110 in a 120 zone. I'm still legal. Still
Yes.
legal.
Right.
Yeah. So did you test the top speed of this car yet?
Not yet.
We want to find out?
I
No.
usually use eco mode.
Well, it's about 134 or something like that. I did. Usually when I come home, I go on this highway. I should not say that on in the video, but yeah, I can take this up to 134, and then that's the limit. That's the limiter, and they cannot go faster than that. So I really miss this car. I like it. The toll is actually far away, so we gotta go all the way down there. That's okay.
So there's a way to turn back.
Yes.
Before you.
Yeah. You should drive more. Like you should drive in the sport mode more. Okay. So good. I'm gonna use that for your battery.
Yes, that's right.
By the end of the day, it's like 0%.
I guess if we use sport mode, so need three times charge.
3 times to
a
charge.
week.
That's okay. And also it has like the armrest here. It's not here, but it's like back there. But at least you get an armrest. In the VF5, you don't get an armrest. So it's like
VF4 is smaller, so this one is it doesn't have this.
no, it does not.
VF9 is biggest, right? It's wider and it's longer.
Yes. VF5. I'm talking about the VF9 is big, yes.
Biggest.
Big ass. I think it's called. We're near the toll. We can turn back now. We'll do.
Let's go to toll.
Actually, I think the battery performance is really good because, you know, like after all of this, I only dropped 2%. I think you can go pretty far on this battery.
Yesterday I saw one green taxi. Let's go on this highway.
And
And I go to Đồng Nai long time.
you go to Dao Nai?
The green taxi.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday I saw it. So there's a way to turn.
I hope so. I hope I'm right. It used to be. Oh, they removed it. Oh, yeah, there's still one. There's one place.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're safe. We're safe. We safe. Okay, we good. Now we can do test. Oh shit.
Yeah, should be like that. Because some car
Cannot do it.
cannot do it because they don't have
Yeah.
ETC.
And sometimes they have police over there to like they do speed test there, and then they catch you over there, so you can turn back. No. Okay, all right. Okay, so are we ready for round 3? Yes. Okay, this time I'm gonna floor it. Hopefully the tires won't screech as much, so that we get more traction, and hopefully get a better time than 9 seconds. Ready, set, go! Oh, I think this is a good launch. 9.03 seconds. So I think we can definitively say that it takes about 9 seconds to get to 100 km/h in the e34.
Average, no?
With the firmware 6.00. So average is about 9 seconds or so. Yeah, which is not too slow, you know. Like, there's no problem driving this car on the highway, which is what we're doing right now. And I love this little car. Like, passing the van over there, not a problem. It just picks up speed quickly, even on the highway. Okay, the hard part is done. As part of this review, we're also going to extrapolate the full range on a full charge for the VinFast VF e34 after the firmware update to 6.0.0. Mr. Sun has charged up the car to about 77%. We're gonna track the percentage used, also the distance we traveled, so that we can give you an extrapolated number. You know, today Mr. Sun is driving, not me. So, you know, if I was driving, you know, then you're probably not gonna get a very good range. But Mr. Sun is a very careful and good driver, not like me. I'm a terrible driver. Yes, you think so? Yes, it's true, right? So hopefully we'll get a really good range for the e34. So let's go.
Okay.
So it'll just take me anywhere. 77% out, 9588 kilometers. So Mr. Sun, what was like owning the VF e34 the last year?
For driving side, I see it's good. It's comfortable for me. At the first time when I drive it, I feel it's different with the gas car. But now as I get familiar with this, it's very easy. I think it's very easy for everyone.
So it's an easy car to drive, right?
Yes, that's right. It's very easy.
I tend to agree. Did you notice any difference when you switch over from gas to electric?
We change the gears here.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's very simple. Just we turn this number. Yeah.
So the gear shift mechanism is slightly different compared to a gas car. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
The otherwise look similar.
Drive similarly, right?
Similar.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Did you have any problems like charging the car? Like, does it bother you that you have to go to a charging station?
Actually, I have it. I usually go to Landmark 81 for charging, and also Taudi for charging. Before it's good. Right now it looks like there's many cars.
Yes.
Yes. So we have to. Sometimes there's no slot available for charging.
I tend to agree. Like, it's getting harder and harder to find like a place to charge, right? Like, I remember when I started like driving VinFast electric cars. You know, there's not a lot of charging stations. And many times the charging stations doesn't work. So now there's a lot more charging stations, and but they're usually all full because there's a lot more VinFast cars on the road. So yeah, VinFast need more charging stations. All right, we need more charging stations to service all these VinFast EVs on the road. What else? What else? What do you feel about like having to charge like an electric car?
Yeah, they need to add more stations and. At the Taudi unit service, there's not so many available slots right now. So sometimes we need to wait, and the other cars park
Yeah.
there. Not, I observe there's not only VinFast car, but there's other kind of cars. Cars like Toyota.
Yes.
Yeah. They also park there.
Yeah, it's a nuisance, right? Because sometimes gas cars park in like charging stations, and that makes our lives a lot more difficult. Yeah, so I don't know what we can do about that.
Yeah, VinFast should have some. Yeah.
Should like hire people to like destroy their cars if they park at charging stations.
Destroy. I don't think so.
I don't know, but there has to be a solution, right?
That is charging.
Yes.
So otherwise, okay. Oh, one thing at landmark 81 charging, the location is just location. So the location is very near at the street. So somehow for this car e34, we need to turn the back of the car to the charge station.
Okay. I think people who live in Ho Chi Minh City will understand exactly what you're talking about, because at landmark 81, if you try to charge at the charging station there, it's actually really difficult to get in at the right angle, and also difficult to get out because that street is very, very busy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I hear you. I understand. Those are comments from real owners and users of VinFast cars. I don't know. Well, we complain a lot about VinFast already, but what do you feel good about driving an electric car or a VinFast electric car?
It's still something extremely good. Extremely good. Yeah. I usually use eco mode, so it saves energy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
not like me, I drive in sport, but Mr. Sun wants to get the maximum range. And what was that like?
when you draw in the sport mode, it's very icy. It's very fast. We just get it just needs about 9 seconds to get 100
Yes.
kilometers. Eco mode is slow like this. Yes. So for daily go to work.
Okay. Can you guess what kind of range you get from driving in eco mode?
I didn't count. More than 100 for one charge.
100, more than 100 kilometers per charge.
Per charge.
Well, I think the e34 can do much better than that. We're gonna find out. Like, we're gonna extrapolate the data later. Anything else good about driving the e34?
That's all I think.
That's all. Well, I think there's careful. There's a lot of good things about the e34. I think. First of all, it's a small car. It's bigger than the VF5. Right, but it's actually the right size for Vietnamese roads, because in Vietnam we have to travel in a lot of little aisles, right? Or small roads, and I think this is the right size car for Vietnam. And also it's very agile, I would say. It's front wheel drive, and you turn it will turn on a dime, and it has really good turning radius. I feel very confident taking this car on the road. Like more so than the VF9, for example, because VF9 is very big. So if I take the VF9 out, I have to mentally think about, am I gonna get stuck somewhere? Like, will I be able to park the car? But with the VF e34, I don't need to worry about it, because I know I can pretty much park this car almost anywhere, and I can get into any small roads, and I can drive on the sidewalk if necessary, right? So I feel like instead of taking the motorbike, I can take the e34. Do you still ride your motorbike?
Yes.
Oh, you still ride your motorbike? Like how do you decide? Like, when do you take the motorbike? When do you take the e34?
For the stock, if I want to go to inside District 1, or we go to District 1 or some, it's not too far.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so we can use motorbike. Car is more convenient.
Car is more convenient.
Yeah, especially when it's raining, shining a lot.
Yes.
In Ho Chi Minh City, sometimes rain. Just
Okay.
it's rain. Just a few minutes and stop, but the car is very convenient for those scenarios.
Yes. So what I do is, like in the past, what I do is I determine whether my destination has parking or not. If it has car parking, then I go by car. If not, then I go by motorbike. But nowadays, I only go by car. And If there's no car parking, then you know, I think I just park on the sidewalk or on the I just find a way. I just find a way to park it. you know?
Parking.
And-
That's right. You're right.
And sometimes, you know, the police catch me, and it happens. Right? Let's talk about repairs, all right? Let's talk about like anything that went wrong with the car, you know, in the last year. I'll start because I started driving this car about a year ago. And actually, I was very fortunate because I was one of the first people to get this car in Vietnam, at least in the South. I was one of the first to get it. And I was very proud of that. I did have some problems though. So this car actually broke down on me a few times on the road. And I have to call the service truck and they come. And they have to like either boost the battery or, you know, use the wrench to unplug the battery, replug the battery. So that happened like 2 or 3 times. Eventually, I learned how to do that myself. I learned how to use the 10mm wrench to you know, to unplug the battery, and I also you know, carry a booster with me sometimes, just in case I get stuck. Eventually, I took the car back to the service center. And they took care of me, and I never had a problem with the car anymore. And then you start driving this car, right? And I don't know what happened after that. Nothing else broke down in the car. While I was driving the car, around month 6 or 7, one of the window switch actually popped out.
Yeah,
So-
what is the one, right?
Yeah, that one. That window switch actually popped out, and it's still not fixed. We will go back to the service center and get that fixed. So that's really the only thing that broke in the car. What's your experience?
I got 2 issues. The first one is the battery is low. Sometimes it's display warning about battery low, the acqui low. It's under 12 voltage, and I cannot do anything at a time. So
So the car is like stuck, like it
it's
cannot
stuck.
move.
Cannot move. Yeah,
Okay.
right. So I need to call to the emergency support. I think first. After that, they come and they will use a tool to fix it.
Like the 10mm wrench. Like they unplug the battery.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
oh,
right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
There was.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, and then
And this works is about 3. I got 3 times.
3 times.
Yes,
Okay.
3
Me
times.
too. 3 times. And then, do you still have this problem?
I think in the future it's randomly. It looks
So
like
random,
randomly,
right?
Yeah.
So I think this car needs to go back to the service center because I know that I had this problem with this car. I went back to the service center and never had that problem again. And then you start driving it. And then I also had the same problem with the VF8 and also the VF9. But once I sent it back to the service center, it took them a few days to diagnose the problem, and then they fixed it and then never had a problem again. So maybe it just needs time with a technician, you know? It needs the love of a technician to really look at the battery and the charging mechanism. And I have to say that the original battery that comes with this car is like shit. Sorry, man. Sorry. I don't, well, you know, it's probably offending somebody, but, you know, it's true.
It's
The
true.
original battery that comes with the car is shit. So, you know, they really should consider changing the brand or the maker of that battery, you know, because that original 12-volt battery it often gets low charge, right? So, I think the solution is just to change that battery. Anything else? Anything else that went wrong with this car?
And sometimes display warning about the tire's pressure is too low
Yes.
or high. Yeah, it's
Yes.
randomly.
Yes, the TPMS, the tire pressure management system. Every car has that, and I have to agree that in the VinFast, the TPMS often give you warnings. I guess it's really sensitive, and you know it just likes to warn you about the tire, even though there may be nothing wrong with the tire, right? So I agree. And also there's like a whole host of warnings. Not so much with the e34, but with the VF8 and VF9, you get a lot of warnings. Like there's constant warnings about something is not working, but it's all phantom. It's not true. Like everything's working. It's just that I guess it's too sensitive, or maybe the software is not written. Maybe Step Media should work on it.
Yes, we should have more tests before we
Yeah.
we launch it out.
Yeah, Mr. Sun is in the software business, so yeah, he says more testing. Okay, VinFast, more testing.
More tests.
Yeah. What else? What else went wrong with the car?
Yeah. Otherwise, I think everything's good.
Yeah, I agree. I think just those are the really real issues. And what about maps? Do you use the map that comes with, like, do you use the map that comes with the?
Not yet. I haven't used it. I usually use on the phone.
Yeah, that's what I see from most people, most drivers of VinFast cars. They don't actually use this map. They use their own phone or Google Maps or Android Auto in the VF 8 or 9. One thing I do like about the VF e34 is that I love this camera. It's so responsive. Look at that. Look at that. Like I can spin the car all around me, man. It's so responsive. That's something I really like about the e34. So Mr. Sun, you have a family, right? I think.
Yes.
Not like me. I have multiple families. You have one. So you have one family. You know, I like fault tolerance. I like, you know, low balancing, backup. You know, so that's why I have multiple. But anyways, beside the point. But is this a good car for family?
The family has about 3 or 4 members. It's okay. It's suitable for those families. Yeah, for e34 we have 5-6, so
Yeah.
it's good. It's suitable. Thanks. It's more enough, and it has enough seats for everyone.
Yeah, and one thing I love about the e34 is that the back seat is very roomy. There's a lot of legroom back there. Yeah, it's actually a huge surprise that it has so much legroom. Like, I'm very surprised. When I first got this car, I was just so surprised there's so much legroom in this car. Later on, you're gonna check out the VF5 and you'll see what I mean. This car has so much legroom.
It's smaller. VF5 is smaller.
VF5 is smaller, yes. What about, like, there's a lot more taxis that are using the VinFast e34. How do you feel about that?
You mean the green?
Like the green taxi, and I see there's many taxi companies that are starting to use the e34 or even the VF8, right? So there's another company called ASV. They also use like a whole fleet of e34 cars, and there'll be more and more of them. How do you feel about that? That you're driving a car that's commonly used by taxis?
It's similar with the other cars, like Vinasun or the others. When we see the green taxi in the city, so the charging station is too crowded. So
Yeah. So you're mainly concerned about the charging stations, right? Yeah. So Mr. Sun's actually just driving around the neighborhood just so that we can get a good range extrapolation. We have nothing to do on a Sunday. Well, for me, I think it's great. I think it's a good thing for the environment that more and more taxis are using EVs made by VinFast. And I wish more people use EVs. And that will push VinFast to build more charging stations, build a charging station infrastructure here in Vietnam. And then that will enable other car makers to come into Vietnam that, you know, the ones that produce electric cars, and hopefully one day, you know, VinFast like Tesla will open up their network to other cars. That would be awesome. That would be great for our future in Vietnam. When cars are electrified, people are driving EVs, it's going to be great for our environment and for our future children, your family, my multiple families. I think it's great.
yes, I agree. Better for environment.
Yes, I think so. I think so. And of all the VinFast, I think I really like the e34 because it's the right size, right? It's just the right size for Vietnam, and it's not a slouch. It's not too slow. It does have some oomph and has really good turning radius, and it's agile. I love the e34. And we're gonna find out about the range. And and I suspect that the range is dramatically improved with 6.0.0, and that's what I hear from, the interweb, right? They say that with the latest firmware that the range is actually so much more awesome. We'll find out soon enough. And one more reason why e34, is a better car than the VF5. I'm not saying it's better, but one reason why it's better than the VF5 is that it's got a armrest, okay? So you can put your arm here like that.
Yeah, like this one.
Yeah, like that, so you can look cool, right? But on the VF5 you don't have this, so you're like, right? So yeah, I missed the armrest. I wish the armrest in the e34 could be a little bit more forward, because you kind of have to lean back like this. Oh, 98. Okay, let's find a big road. Let's go to the big road.
Okay,
Yeah. All right. So Mr. Sun's been driving me around the neighborhood for about, let's see, 10 kilometers. So we went from 95.88 to 95.98, and we can see that the battery usage dropped from 77 to 73. So what that means is that we lost about 4% of battery, and we traveled about 10 kilometers. So Mr. Sun, can you do the math? I can't do math. So 10 kilometers, 4%, that means every percent is about 2. So it's about 2.5 kilometer per 1%. So that means you have a range about 250 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then we've been driving in this neighborhood. We're not traveling very fast. And it's really stop and go. So if it was on the freeway and you can average about 60 to 70 kilometers, I think you can do much better than that. So, but minimum, right? Minimum you can get about 250. And this is not a big battery. So when you go to the charging station, when you do fast charging, you can charge up really fast. So Mr. Sun, when you go charge this car, like to get, let's say, from 10% to 80 or from 30% to 90, like how long would it take? Usually how long does it take for you to charge the car?
Yeah, I usually go to charge when it's about 30 or 40% remaining. So it takes me about 1 hour to get to more than 90%.
Okay.
From 90% to 100%. Yeah. It's
It takes about 1 hour?
1 hour
To go from...
to go from 40% to 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty quick. Yeah. So it's you go 250, you go to the charging station, you spend an hour there, maybe go to VinCom, have a nice meal, come out, and the car is fully charged. I think that's pretty cool. And you know what? Mr. Sun actually lives near a charging station. Lucky him. Like literally like right next door. All right. So final thoughts. I love the e34. If I can go back in time, if I go back to last year March, would I buy this car? I'll answer that question later. But first, Mr. Sun, would you buy this car again?
I think it's okay.
What do you mean? Like yes, no.
VinFast should fix the battery.
It's not a definite yes. So is it? Do you think it's like this, or it's like this, or
Okay, so
somewhere?
like this.
Oh, so it's like this.
Yes,
So
yes.
so e34 like this, right? And for me, e34 is also like this. Yes, there are some problems with the car, like the battery. I think both of us experienced that. But I think it's this. And if I can go back in time, last year, March, would I buy this car again? Yes, the answer is yes, I would buy this car again. In fact, I'll probably buy 2. Because, our company needs a lot more cars, because we have salespeople, we have customer service people that need to go see customers. And I'm contemplating, and we are, should we buy more VinFast cars? And I think it's a great idea, because with VinFast you get an app, right? And you can see where your cars are. Like I know where you are, you know where I am, right?
Yes.
Like your wife would know where you are.
Oh, okay.
My multiple wives know where I am, right? So yeah, so I don't know whether that's a feature or a defect. I don't know, but I think if we have more cars, more drivers to help our people travel, then and we can also track our drivers. I think that's
yes,
a really
we
good
can
thing.
track it.
And also because it's electric, we're saving the environment. So summed up, okay, VinFast e34 is what I say and what Mr. Sun says too. All right, take some fucking action and
Don't be a fucktard.